Hi everybody, Lori here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun project to share with you using the new February 2026 card kit. I'm going to walk through the contents of the kit before I get to my project. First up is the Be Your Beautiful Self 6x8" clear stamp set. This has so many sentiments and a few solid image stamps that you can use as well. And to go along with that is the Artful palette 4 1/4 by 5.5" stencil set. There's several stencils in here that are kind of like collage guides. And to go along with that is the Artful palette coordinating die set. These will cut out shapes that match the shapes in the stencil set, and you can create collages. One thing you can do with the collage is use pattern paper. And in the kit are some double-sided sheets of Tim Holtz Idea-ology curated palette collection. These are 8x8" double-sided, beautiful kind of rose and soft colors. There's also a mini Distress Archival black soot ink pad, as well as some Tim Holtz Idea-ology small and medium-sized cello sticker tape. These are kind of cool because they're translucent, but they look like little washi tapes, and you can tape them onto your photos or your collages, and it looks kind of fun. You're also going to get a sheet of Simon Says Stamp white adhesive squares, one of my faves, and then there's one sheet of Tim Holtz Idea-ology rose gold. This is 6x10" metallic cardstock. This next product is not included in the card kit, but I will be using it in my video. It is the coordinating dies to the Be Your Beautiful Self stamp set. It's going to cut out all of those sentiments as well as those solid image shapes. So that's an add-on. And then there is a sheet of Simon Says Stamp Premium Vellum, a sheet of Simon Says Stamp Cream Heavyweight Cardstock, Nina Desert Storm Cardstock, and Ivory Heavyweight Cardstock. I just want to show you the comparison between the cream and the ivory. I never knew that they had the two different ones, but I love them both, and I need a lifetime supply of both. Okay, there's also a sheet of Tim Holtz Idea-ology Black 6x10" metallic cardstock. There's also two envelopes. These are A2. There's Dandelion and Ivory, and also the classic Simon Says Stamp zipper pouch to keep everything in it. So I'm going to get to the card. I'm starting with the Artful palette die set. So many shapes, so many fun patterns to be had. And this also coordinates perfectly with the Artful palette stencil set. So you could die cut cardstock or pattern paper, use the stencil set to create your collages, and it gives you a guide for a layout if you struggle with layout. But I'm going to show you a no-fail layout that you don't need a stencil for, and you could use, I'm using a circle. I didn't use the largest circle or the smallest circle. This is kind of the medium, and I'm using some Hammermill white cardstock. I'm going to die cut this circle 9 times and create a pattern. Something I love to do. If you ever feel overwhelmed looking at a stamp set or a die set, if you can find one shape or one image, use repetition. It's, for me, a no-fail layout. You could do a layout like this. I almost created kind of like a flower here, but I decided to go more grid style. So three across, 3 across the middle, and 3 across the bottom. It's going to end up being more of a square card. Just seemed to fit a square size canvas better than an A2, although this would fit on an A2. Anyway, for the butterflies, I'm also using the butterfly, the smaller butterfly and the smaller heart dies. These are from the Artful palette. For the butterflies, I'm die cutting them out of that premium vellum that is included in the card kit. You need to utilize vellum. Vellum is a best friend. The thing I love about vellum is it adds more texture, but it doesn't introduce another color. It doesn't cover up. It just kind of adds texture. I'm going to do 4 butterflies, 1 in each corner. And then for the heart, I'm pulling out that what is this called? Rose gold metallic cardstock. This is the Tim Holtz. That was also included in the kit. And I'm going to just fill the gaps with the hearts, except for the center circle. I'm leaving that in open space because I knew I was going to need some area for a sentiment. Okay, now for the circles, we got to bring in the color. This is just some scrap printer paper. I always save all the scraps. Anything that comes in the mail or something out of the printer, I use it for ink blending. I'm going to ink blend these circles, so I'm temporarily taping them down to some scratch paper. And I know There are sticky mats that do this. And I have the sticky mats, and they do work. If you have them and you love them, use them. This is just kind of like my old standby way of I just like doing it this way, and I don't particularly know why. I was thinking about it because I was like, what can I say? Why do I keep doing this? Why don't I just pull out a sticky mat? And I think what it is that I like blending on paper better for some reason. Like when you're dragging it into the shape, I like doing that on paper better than on a sticky mat. It's just a personal preference. I've already missed several colors. I'm using all Pawsitively saturated inks. I'm going to use a lot of colors. I blend one side of the circle light, and the other side I try to pop it as hard as I can. Here we have butter. So I'm doing a really light wash of butter, and then I come in with honey. You know how most of the Pawsitively saturated inks come in little groupings of 3? So I'll choose the lightest tone, and then I'll come in with the darkest and pop it. Pop it like it's hot. Here we have cranberry. I'm also using some colors that I don't use very often, and I kind of need to just, you know what I mean? Just kind of shake it up and use colors that I don't often grab, but just want to like give it a moment. Okay, here's some purples. This is periwinkle for the light shade and crocus for the dark shade. If I forget to mention a color, everything that I'm using will be linked in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. So I'm going to quickly pop off these ones, and I have 3 more to blend. I'm going to use the back side. So this is, if you're wondering what these little printed squares are, that's from the printer. I think we were putting in new ink cartridges, and that was like some type of collaborating? No, that's not the word. Calibrating. Yes. Here we have, that's the blue one. I forgot. Now here's one I've never used. Ballerina and plum. This is kind of a dusty purpley pink, and it's not one that I use often, but it needs to get a little more attention. Okay, so I'm digging that pinky plummy tone there, and then we have all the colors, 9 of them. I have a panel here of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square Hammermill white cardstock. What I'm doing here is trying to find the center point. I used a pen to make a little tick mark. I don't even know if I found the exact center, but it's good enough for me because I like to wing it. And you know I'm going in a rainbow order. I am using the 3D foam squares that came in the kit. I'm gonna say that 2026 is gonna be the year of the 3D foam square. I'm gonna use them. I have so many of them, and I love them. And they're so handy. I like how they come in the different thicknesses. These are the thinner ones, and there's also some thicker ones, so that pop it up even higher. I already had these planned out as far as order, so you got to think about that. You know, where you want to have placement. And so here we go. This is just, I love the pops of color. I love the white space. And then we're adding more dimension. Everything's getting popped. Because dimension is life. Popping up those rose gold hearts. And I am sort of purposefully not trying to exactly center them and kind of cock them to the side. I just wanted it to feel a little loose. Now here's the thing with the vellum. Vellum can be so tricky to adhere because it does show. And so I'm doing these butterflies, and I can see that the glue is showing, and so I'm thinking, what am I going to put to cover it? It's going to be some type of embellishment that I'm going to put in the middle of the butterfly. Okay, for a card base, I have a piece of this. This is the cream cardstock that also came in the card kit, and I'm creating a card base 5 by 5 inches. So I'm scoring that at 5 inches, and this is going to give the panel a nice little cream border, and it makes it look professional. And more 3D foam squares. It looked like I used a ton on this card, and I did. But the thing is, I didn't even use 1/4 of that sheet. That's how many you can use and still have a lot. It's a hoarder's dream. Okay, Stampin' a Sentiment, Thinking of You. This is from the Be Your Beautiful Self stamp set. Just stamping it in black ink onto white cardstock, and then I'm going to use the coordinating die set, which I'm so loving, having a coordinating die for all of those sentiments. And I pop this out, and I'm going to put this right in the center. More 3D foam squares. I love to use those reverse tweezers to get your hand out of the way so you can get your sentiment straight and centered. For the embellishments, I'm using the Prism Pawsitively Dazzling Gems. These are fabulous because it's not bringing in another color. It's bringing in some shine, and it's also covering up the glue in the center of the butterflies. Now, I thought I'd be done, but I decided to add more. The tiniest gems that were in the little tub, I put one of each on the little hearts. Didn't need to do it, just felt like doing it. And this card is finished. I had fun making this. Just taking one shape, creating a pattern, adding color, dimension, and bling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.